What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have the keys to the 2021 Toyota Land Cruiser. Huge shout out to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing this SUV for me today. Definitely check out their website, that will be down in the description. This model here is finished off in magnetic gray metallic and it has an MSRP just under $87,000. Let's go ahead and jump into today's review by starting up underneath the hood, where you'll find the 5.7 liter V8 engine. This is paired with the 8-speed automatic transmission and it pumps out 381 horsepower around 5,600 RPM and 401 pound-feet of torque around 3,600 RPM. This model also features the four-wheel drive system. It weighs in around 5,800 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds up to its top speed of 123 miles an hour. And with a fuel capacity of 24.6 gallons, you can expect to see around 13 miles per gallon in the city and 17 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 112.2 inches. Its overall length is 194.9. It has a width of 78 inches, a height of 74 inches. Its ground clearance measures in at 8.9 inches. And it also features an approach angle of 32 degrees, a breakover angle of 21 degrees, and a departure angle of 24 degrees. With all those specs out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the exterior walk around on the Toyota Land Cruiser. I'm gonna start up front here with the massive grille. You'll see the horizontal slats that run throughout it. It has brushed aluminum along with chrome trim surrounding them. And of course, we have maximum airflow to that engine with all the cutouts that are provided in this grille. Right in the center, we have the Toyota badge, but it also doubles as a forward-facing sensor. So it's really nice how Toyota has integrated that into the sensor, so you won't see a square anywhere else on the front end. It's nicely incorporated, which I really like to see. And then there's a forward-facing camera placed just underneath that, along with parking sensors in the lower section of the bumper. As we make our way to the headlights now, you'll see part of the grille actually protrudes right into the middle, so I think that's a really clean design. Of course, we have LED headlights, LED DRLs, and turn signals. You'll notice that the DRL is just underneath that chrome trim piece. And then we have the turn signal on the outside. Of course, the headlights and high beams are just above that. And then in the lower section of the bumper, this also has fog lights. You can see more of that chrome trim surrounding it, along with plenty more cutouts to provide maximum airflow. And then up underneath, this does feature a skid plate. And then up top, you'll see there are two bulges on each side of the hood, just adding to the aggressive look of this front end. And now making our way to the side profile, you'll see this model has a really nice set of 18-inch wheels. They have a multi-spoke design to them. And this also has body-colored side mirrors. They are heated and have the integrated turn signal. Up on the roof, you'll see the blacked out roof rails along with a sunroof. And then on the lower section of the door, you'll see there's even more chrome trim along with Land Cruiser spelled out on the rear section of it. And this also has a set of running boards to make it easier to enter and exit the vehicle. You'll also notice this has a really nice side profile design to it. It kind of tapers off in the rear end with more of a square shaped design, but overall I think it has really great lines running down the side profile. And now finishing up in the rear, this has a body colored spoiler. You'll see the wiper blade is in the lower section of the glass, which will help improve with better visibility. This also has LED taillights. You'll see Land Cruiser is spelled out in the chrome trim that extends from one taillight through the power liftgate all the way to the other taillight, just giving it a very nice look. Down in the lower section of the body colored bumper, you can see all of the parking sensors. This does have a standard backup camera just under the word land. And then this also has a towing capacity up to 8,100 pounds. Now it's time to go ahead and jump into the interior on the 2021 Toyota Land Cruiser. So with the key in my pocket, all I have to do is walk up to the vehicle, grab on the door handle, you will hear it automatically unlock. And now we can go ahead and take a look at this door panel. You'll see there's really nice leather on the armrest along with wood trim and chrome trim just above that. It surrounds the memory seating controls. You can see this brush finish on the grab handle, and then right in front of that we have all the window controls with the release handle just above that. You'll see there's a little bit of storage space in the lower section of the door, and then this model also features a 14-speaker JBL audio sound system. And then looking at the door sill, you'll see Land Cruiser spelled out. It's also down on the floor mats, and then that same color leather continues onto these seats. They have a really nice design to them with color match stitching just to top it off. They are heated and ventilated seats and also have a multiple way power adjustability. All of those controls are located down on the side. And now once inside with my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and start it up. And you'll see on the left side of the gauge cluster, we have the tach along with some engine temperatures. On the right side is your miles per hour along with your fuel gauge and your battery voltage. And then right in the center, we have some information that we can go through utilizing buttons on the right side of the steering wheel. So right now you can see the top bar there is the current MPG, so that's a live readout. You also have an average just below that. You can scroll down and look at your average miles per hour along with when you need to refuel. There's also an economy meter that you can look at along with your miles per hour, and a sway warning. So if you've been driving this vehicle for a long period of time, it will tell you that it's time to take a break and pull over. You can scroll over and look at where your front wheels are placed. So if I turn the steering wheel, you can see that diagram change, so that way you know exactly where they're pointing. You also have the TPMS. You can scroll down and look at when you have to get an oil change. You can scroll over and look at your compass. You have music, and then here you can look at your cruise control if that is on and off, along with the lane departure assist. And then the last one, you can turn on and off the lane departure assist along with the blind spot monitoring, and look at a few other settings. And now making our way to the steering wheel, you'll see it's completely covered in solid black leather, along with a wood trim piece on the upper section and down below, just to give it a really unique look. On the right side, this is how I was controlling that center screen. You also have a customizable button in the lower left, so you can utilize that for anything that you need to use the most. We have the lane departure assist along with the distance pacing. And then over on the left side, we have Bluetooth and voice commands along with your radio and volume controls. And then making our way to the left side of the steering wheel, you'll see a little bit of storage in the lower section. We have the adjustments for the side mirrors along with the auto for the headlights. You can turn on and off the parking sensors, and you can even fold in the side mirrors. So you can use that button if you need to. You can put it on auto as well, so they will fold and unfold when you lock and unlock the vehicle. And then you'll also see there's more of that wood trim and chrome, along with one air vent. And then making our way to the center, we have the 9-inch touchscreen display screen. So you can see right now it is on the navigation, so you have that in full screen. And then below, I'm gonna go ahead and click on the home button, where you'll see the compass in the upper left. We have some averages in the lower left, and then music on the right. We can go back to the navigation. You can go into info, so you can look at your Entune, which is how you connect your phone. You have fuel consumption along with weather and traffic incidents. You also have audio that you can pull up along with your phone when that is paired. And then the last button is your setup. So you can go into your Bluetooth, your audio and traffic. You have your vehicle information to go through. So you can customize this the way that you'd like to. And you can see there's an air vent on both sides of that. And then right below that, we do have an LCD screen for the climate controls. So you can see all of those at the bottom here. We have driver and passenger temperature controls. So this does have a dual zone climate control system. You can also go to the rear to be able to adjust those from up front. You can also go into climate and pull it up in the upper screen there. So you can control where you'd like the air to go for both driver and passenger. You can sync all of these zones. There are 2 zones for your rear seat passengers as well. And then to the left side of the engine start stop button, we have a few controls. You can open and close the rear power liftgate. You can choose whether you want it to have power, and we have the pre-collision system as well. And then just underneath that, we have power and volume for the radio, along with tuning on the right side. And then you can also see there's a little bit of storage space down below. You have a wireless charging port, so you can place your phone back in there. There's also a 12 volt on the left side, and then we can close that up. Really nice brushed aluminum surrounding all of this just to give it a really good look. And then at the very bottom, we have the heated steering wheel control, along with the heated and ventilated seat controls for the driver. Passengers, of course, on the other side. You'll also see a USB and an auxiliary on the right side. And then right in the middle, we have the shifter. So I'll go ahead and put it into reverse, and you'll see that camera system pop up. We have the rear-facing camera on the left side with the top-down view on the right side. I can also click on this here, and now we can look at the full screen for the rear view camera. And then on the right side of the shifter, we have the 4-wheel drive indicator. So you can go from 4 high, of course, to 4 low. And then behind that, you'll see the locking differential turn assist, along with a downhill/uphill assist. And then right behind that, this model does have crawl control. So you can use this dial to go through the different driving modes. You do have to be in 4 low in order to use those. And that is a great system that Toyota features on a lot of their off-roading models, just to help with different off-road terrain situations. You'll see to the left of that, we do have a center locking differential. You can turn on and off traction control, and then we have the ECT power buttons just to the left of that, along with the manual parking brake. You'll see 2 cup holders right in the center. We can go ahead and close that up, and you'll see more of that trim, giving it a very nice look. And then right in the center, if we open this up, this has a built-in fridge. So you have the power button right there to be able to cool this. You can put in drinks or any food, which is a really nice touch to see. And then making our way to the glove box, you'll see there's definitely a lot of room. It has a split shelf to it just to give you a little bit extra room. We'll go ahead and take one last look at these seats. And then as I mentioned earlier, this does have a sunroof, so we can go ahead and open up that sunshade. We have all of those controls in the middle here, along with a sunglass holder. So jumping into the middle row now of the Toyota Land Cruiser at 5'10", I have plenty of room. I have enough room behind the front seat set at my height and a couple inches above my head. But what I really love about these seats is that they recline almost flat all the way back. So you can be really comfortable if you're going on a long cruise or something like that. I've never seen a seat recline quite that far back, so that is really cool to see. These outer seats are also heated, so you have those controls right in the middle, along with the dual zone climate for the middle row. So you have all those adjustments that you need, along with a 12 volt down below. You can see there's some nets for extra storage space behind both front seats as well. And then if you don't have a middle passenger, we can pull this armrest down. It gives you a little storage tray up top, along with a little bit of storage space in the backside, and 2 cup holders if you need to use those. The middle row also has a 60-40 split, so just by using that button on the side that I use to recline the seats, you can pull on that to fold these completely flat, and then you can also pull these seats all the way up, and that gives you an ample amount of space in order to get into this third row. And now, once in the third row of the Toyota Land Cruiser, I have plenty of room. I have a few inches above my head, and with this seat up here, I have a couple inches in front of my knees. So these are functional back seats for 2 people, of course. We have 2 cup holders on both sides, along with a little bit of storage space. And now finishing up, we'll go ahead and take a look at the rear trunk storage space. Like I mentioned earlier, you can turn this power liftgate on and off, and you'll see it splits right in the center. So with the upper section going up, all you have to do is grab on this black handle and the lower section will automatically go down. You can use this for tailgating if you'd like to and just have a really nice seat here. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the third row here, because this is a really unique feature to see. Of course, you can fold these down, so we have the handles that are magnetized. You can pull on that to put the backrests down, and then from there you can pull on this here, and then these seats are actually going to lock right into the sides there, so you don't have to worry about them falling down, which is a really cool feature to see. You can see just how much space we have with the seats folded out of the way. And then to release them, you're just going to pull on this handle here. We can bring the seats down, and it makes it very easy to fold these and get them out of the way. And then of course, with all of the seats down, that will give you an ample amount of space for anything that you'd like to place in the back. And then in the lower section of the liftgate, you have some hidden storage space where you can put some items if you'd like to. And you'll also notice this has the tire changing kit, along with some extra tools if you need to use them. And then with the power liftgate again, all we have to do is push the button up top and it will automatically close. All right, so getting the 2021 Toyota Land Cruiser out on the road now, this has been a really cool SUV to check out. This is Toyota's iconic vehicle, the Land Cruiser. It's also the largest SUV that they make. And I can see we have tons of storage space on the inside for both people and extra storage space. Well, let's go ahead and give this 5.7 liter V8 a little bit of gas and see how it does getting up to the speed limit. Nothing crazy. For an almost 6,000 pound vehicle, we just got up to the speed limit like nothing. So this has no issues with getting up to the speed limit or even towing. You can tow over 8,000 pounds with this truck. This would be a great daily driver if you need the space and you still need something to be able to tow. So you can utilize it for both people, storage, and anything you have to hook up to it, which is a really nice thing to see in a multi-purpose vehicle like this. You can also take this off-road. The Land Cruiser has that iconic name of being an off-roader, and we have all those controls down below. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. All right, so getting into the grass here, now we can go over the four-wheel drive controls and what crawl control is. So in order to use crawl control, we do have to put the vehicle into 4 low. So just by using that dial, I'm going to wait for it to engage on the gauge cluster here. And from there, we can go through the different driving modes for the multi-terrain select. So we have rock, rock and dirt, we have mogul, loose rock, mud and sand, and all of those settings are going to be utilized if you're taking this off-road. But from there, you can go ahead and put the vehicle into drive or reverse, depending on the situation you're in, of course. So now back in the Land Cruiser with it out on the road, it's been a very comfortable truck. I have no complaints with how it's driving, and I love the amenities that you get in this vehicle. We have the heated seats, the heated steering wheel, you have heated second row seats, and all the climate controls for the second row in the back there. So you have a lot of great amenities along with a ton of technology features. You can turn all of that on and off with the dials that I've showed in today's video. So you can pretty much set this up the way that you would like to with all this technology. It's very cool. I love the layout of the screen as well. There's not a whole lot of buttons, so it makes it very clear and very easy to go through all this information. And then moving on to the visibility, it's very easy to see all around with the large amounts of glass that a large SUV like this would have. It's easy to see over your left and right shoulder. And overall, I think it's a really great SUV. I love all the materials with the leather and everything like that. So if you're looking for a large vehicle, you need a great daily driver to haul, tow, and even have the kids in it, this is a great option. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive behind the wheel of the 2021 Toyota Land Cruiser. Once again, huge shout out to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing this SUV for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button if you want to see more of our daily uploads. And I'll see you guys in the next video.